Petri dish, the Petri dish, the Petri dish.
This is
The Petri dish, the Petri dish, the Petri dish. This is the Petri dish. There's something growing in here, and it is a bunch of mold on all this fruit that I forgot to give to my sister and eat myself. My mom dropped off a fuckload of baskets of fruit a couple weeks ago, and I just completely forgot to do anything with it because I am wasteful and terrible. Hey everybody, it's me, your host, Bobby Benedict, back again for another solo episode. Why? Because everyone's fucking busy. Like, it's a fucking busy time, especially me. I'm extra busy. Work's still stressful. Still pretending I know anything about anything having to do with military systems and writing manuals and such. Things that I can talk about on that front. The very sad, it's a tragic helicopter crash that led to Kobe Bryant and his daughter and multiple others' deaths. Was used as a slight marketing ploy for my company, which, you know, to take that for what you will, but it was relevant at the time when it happened. My company does work on specifically degraded visual environment systems for helicopters, and one of the factors that led to the crash of that helicopter was that there was a significant degraded visual environment, and the pilot, who was very well trained and even trained others in the way he was flying, but you know, accidents happen. He was flying without the use of instruments and just trying to follow the highway and, you know, do all the correct procedures there. And he was cleared to fly by the control towers and all that. And, you know, bad things can still happen, especially in a situation like that. But guess what? My company works on systems that can show you how the environment looks even when there is fog and or sand or dust or anything that can lead to a quote-unquote DVE situation that can possibly degrade situational awareness within the helicopter. And of course, as any good helicopter pilot knows, the best instruments in the entire cockpit are your two eyes. But also, sometimes robots are stronger than humans, and so that's just something we've been thinking about around the office, tossing out, you know, like, sure, it was kind of strange to be like, hey, this happened, but guess what we do? But at the same time, you know, that's one of those things that I wish happened in the world, is that, you know, money wasn't the factor keeping everything from advancing. But of course, that's just the way society works. I can't even just say capitalism, because humans are often driven by their own greed no matter what. And whether that's a circle of oligarchs keeping everyone down, or, a capitalistic, ruthless system that says if you don't have millions and millions of dollars and the wherewithal to buy these special systems, you get to die. And so do your children sometimes. So, what am I mad about? I don't know, society and or the way humanity functions. I guess that's what I'm thinking about today. Ruminating a lot about it. Had a lot of time to myself this weekend because after a very stressful week at work, decided to just get blackout drunk on Friday. And so I had, plans for the weekend, and all that went out the door when I was like, you know what? I want to get ripped and do karaoke. And I just went out with the whole crew, got White Claw hammered, ended up dancing around, I think, at some point. I was pretty blacked out by then. What kind of annoying drunk am I? I want all of you to answer that same question about yourself, because I immediately revert back to my, very insecure and annoying self. And that's one problem that I have with the way I handle my alcohol, is that I can disguise pretty much anything as fun, when I know that fun jovialness is coming from a very insecure and sad place that I need to start healing more. How did this become suddenly a mental health podcast again? I'll tell you why. Oh boy. So I just, I got a little stressed out from work, which led to, me, of course, wanting to be like, it's the weekend, time to make the most of it by getting tequila and White Claw drunk at the same time. And whilst doing that, I immediately thought, I need to call my girlfriend a bunch of times to let her know how amazing she is, which is stupid. Of course, she thought it was very sweet and kind of dorky, and at the same time, sure, maybe it'll have those qualities, much like I do, but I know I was only doing it because I thought me, base brain, want hear you acknowledge me. Me, brain, want you acknowledge me. In the end, that was it. That was my drunken state of just being like, hey, I am fucking schmammered, and so I want your attention to be on me because I don't feel like I'm receiving, all the attention in the universe that I want, which is really a bad state to be in. It's something that I've been trying to identify and try to start healing on, because I know that I have the tendencies to be very codependent and very down on myself and needy, and that I think all stems from the whole the childhood need to produce in order to feel like I am loved. And so if I don't feel useful in that very moment, I need to do something big and crazy to then receive that affection that I am suddenly wanting, when in reality, I should just be enjoying whatever moment I'm in and be able to be comfortable enough with knowing that myself is secure for the night and nothing is coming to get that security from me. And so I feel like I regressed a little bit this weekend, but I got to spend the entirety of Saturday thinking about it because I was, I want to say top 10 hungover. Like, I've been hungover a damn good few times, but this was definitely one of the tops. Definitely not top 5, because I didn't wake up in a bathtub drinking my own bathtub water, trying to stay hydrated in a t-shirt that I won for drinking. Nor did I throw up on anyone's furniture or belongings other than my own. But I did make some very poor decisions, and I want to continue to get better. And that's one thing that I can appreciate, though, is that even though I was in a state of almost complete blackout, there's definitely points of that night that I do not remember. I still managed to be very fun, apparently, and not bring anyone else down. And all of the myriad of calls that I made to my lady were, while maybe annoying, met with just a casual eye roll and laughter and smiles. So that's nice, because she called me the next day while I was very hungover to tell me how embarrassing I was being, but in a very fun way. Because as she repeated the things back to me, I went, oh no, why would I let me be this? So yeah, I'm just embarrassed about my general self, but I'm not newly embarrassed. It's just things that I know about myself that I am letting myself feel and go through again without the shame of like, you need to be better, but just like, hey, you're still this dude, and you gotta rein some things in. Maybe don't get super blackout drunk and be annoying. Because, I don't want to dive too much into it, but it's kind of one of the things that led to the degradation of my last relationship, is me just being a drunk idiot, like, like, I obviously I'm not good enough, so you just go do your own fun things while I sit here drinking, being an idiot, which, that's only in so many words, and that's, of course, editorializing after the fact, but I definitely had that bratty tendency to just be like, time for me to get drunk. Look how fun I can be. And so I don't want to keep being that dude. So I'm going to, continue to cut back the drinking and only limit it to quarterly fun occasions like that. And just keep on trying to be a better me for 2020. Is that on my vision board? No, because I didn't make a vision board, because guess what? My New Year's party, super hammered all over again. It wasn't as bad as this Saturday, though. Let's see what else is going on. Chicken update. Chickens are dank. I finally fixed up their water thing. I don't know if I told everyone about that last week, but I finally fixed up their water thing. Got a little lid for it so the suction doesn't immediately spill out all the water because I am bad at water physics. Finally figured that whole thing out. Now the chickens have like 4 days worth of water all in one, so if I forget them for a day because I'm either hungover or busy, they don't start dying. Not that they've died at all. I am not abusing chickens in my backyard. They are happy. They are fine. They are producing many, many eggs, of which I still have. I'm still trying to give a bunch away. Hit me up if you want eggs. But yeah, so chickens are doing cool. I think in like 2 more months I'll be able to resituate a coop out in the area. I don't like what I have right now anymore. It was a great first trial. But I need to not have their coop be how it is because it is flapping around in the wind, and I'm afraid it's going to collapse on them, and I do not want that for my poor, poor chickens. Yeah, so that's a chicken update. What else is going on? Sad Giants update. Got our room at the Musicians Rehearsal Center. I'm excited about that. Got my room. Got a new little amp. And, I'm just going for it. Our bassist Quentin, who you may have heard on the podcast previously before, tell his story about shitting in a box for FedEx. He is stepping back currently from his duties as bassist because he's going to go be a good dad, which is good because I wouldn't be nearly the person I am if my dad wasn't supporting me throughout my entire high school career. And so as his kids are starting to enter high school, he's like, hey, you know what? I'm fucking busy because he's got 3 kids, all in very vital ages. So, I love the dude, and his whole family is wonderful, and I can't wait to see him just be an annoyingly proud father, much like mine is. And so right now, we've got 1 show on the books for February 29th at the Holland Project. Friend of the podcast and of the comedy community, Nick Taro, will be filling in on bass for that show because he is, of course, a wonderful musician, formerly of the Grim Tones, now a free agent to the world. So us and Sad Giants are going to snatch him up, if only for, to fill in for some shows because he's way better at music than me, so he'll obviously be able to pick up whatever. But yeah, so that's the band update. Me and Jesse are plugging along, just trying to get, everything situated back in the MRC room, and that should be really cool. I made the deposit and the key deposit with band money. I feel cool about that. I did a thing for my band with the money I made with my band. So that's a new thing for me. I don't know if any of you have been able to further your art with money you made directly from your art, but it's a pretty fucking cool feeling. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. And let's see where 2020 takes Sad Giants as a project. Any of you who have supported us so far, thank you. You're wonderful. We got more stuff on the horizon. Keep your eyes open because we're going to be doing it. And some waffle fries for free. Yeah, so that's some Sad Giant stuff coming at you. Maybe we'll release a single or 2 sometime this year because we have some tracks we got stacked up that I just want to, at this point, just get out to the world and continue to pump out good stuff. Weight loss update. What's going on? Bad week, guys. Lots of fast food, and I've been trying to exercise and keep at it. My calories in and calories out is waning slightly, but nevertheless, I will persevere. January was my cheat month for 2020. February, I'm off to an okay start. I started off February hungover as shit, so obviously I immediately ate Taco Bell, but I spread it out through the entire day, so I just had, Taco Bell around all day, and I still technically stuck to my calories. Yeah, and so I'm meal prepping a little bit, getting a little better. It's gonna be okay. And let's see, weight loss update. Yeah, I'm not doing so hot, but I'm going to be doing better soon. I bought myself some little wardrobe pieces and I'm excited about that. Mostly. So my girlfriend's taking me to the Museum of Ice Cream, which I don't know if you guys knew it existed, but it's in San Francisco, and it's a wonderful fucking place. I scoped it out back when I went to watch the Men's Zingers with Chris, and we went in there. It was obviously booked already because apparently you need tickets to get in there, and tickets sell out in advance pretty easily. So we just went to the little coffee shop section, and it is beautiful. So I bought myself an outfit for it, which is, of course, all pink and white, because I want to look like a fucking dork who's out being a tourist. And what else am I going to be doing? That. I'm going to be being a dork. And so I really hope to embarrass my girlfriend in public in a fun way, rather than just being drunk. Good times. Yeah, what else has life had in store for me lately? Did I tell the story about the kazoos? I got a kazoo, guys, a nice big kazoo. I was hanging out with the family, and I've gotten pretty decent at a claw game in the Peppermill Arcade, so I've been getting hella tickets, and I got me and my niece matching giant kazoos, and now I'm really excited. Hold on, I'm going to go fucking get it. Okay, that's enough. All right, headphones back on. Let's get back into the podcast. No more saxophone solos on kazoo. But if you thought that was annoying, imagine me doing it for like 45 minutes in the hallway at Peppermill while my niece screams and throws her kazoo around because she's having too much fun. I really like being embarrassing in public sometimes. I don't know what it is. I think that is that same insecurity in me. But so much of it is no longer insecurity that now I just kind of enjoy being that dork sometimes. And that was one of those occasions where I was like, I'm just trying to have fun with my fucking niece. And, I didn't really get any like side eyes, and no one was really, of course, no one's gonna look at me like they're ready to fucking say something. Of course not. But, every once in a while, some uppity old white lady will walk by giving me an eye about some shit, and I'll be like, hey, fuck you, my life isn't for you. But this time around, none of that shit happened, which was dope. A few thumbs up, which felt nice. And so I encourage everyone to go out and be the exact kind of dork you want to be, because goddamn is it fun. You guys ever just go play kazoo in public because why the fuck not? It's something. It's something, and I encourage everyone to go be whatever brand of dork they feel like being. Honestly, that's my wisdom for the day. I don't really want to make this another fucking 45-minute podcast. This is just enough, and I feel like you guys are plenty updated on everything. Let's see. Weight loss update, done. Chicken update, done. Band update, done. Dorky wisdom, hella done. Talked about my girlfriend, 100% done. She listened to the last one, and she's like, you don't have to call me your lady friend. You can just call me your lady. And I was like, ha, note taken. You're in for the ride, and also you listen to the things I do, which is different from me. So, if you're listening to this, hi. I hope whatever drive you're on, I hope you're being safe. Slow down a little bit. Speeding, I just don't keep doing it. It's bad. Don't speed too much. I can't talk because I've done much more dumb, dangerous, reckless shit in cars. But I've got that God complex keeping me safe, and the unimaginable amount of luck that I have also working for me. But hey, what? Who else to the what of the words saying things? Filling time, word stuff saying, distracted, brain functioning, not as much. Let's do a little mental health update. Obviously, I was doing bad on Friday, so I got blackout drunk. But Saturday was kind of like a reset day. Saturday was a little reset day for me because I got to just kind of sit with my brain as it just soaked out everything. And did I do things Friday afternoon to make myself feel strange? I did. But you know what? Sometimes when you have that itch in your brain, it's better to fulfill the curiosity of what's going on in it and live with whatever pain you just inflicted on yourself than it is to stew about it for too long. The same way I do sometimes with food cravings, like sometimes I just want a cheesy gordita crunch, but I can partition off that need. If I let it go too long, it festers and it becomes, a binging day where I eat nothing but Taco Bell. But if I just say, okay, you know what? I'll give myself this little treat. I'll go get 2 cheesy gordita crunches, fit it into my calories in, calories out schedule, and I'll move on about my day. I had to do that with my own mental things. And so I think I let the beast grow a little too big this time. And so on top of the stress from work, I just wanted to drown it, which is, of course, that fed into that insecurity that I had later that night. And so I guess, my mental health update is feeding into my same week update. Sometimes you got to feed the curiosity when it hits you and know that it's not going to do good for you, but be able to control that, The same way that fast food's bad for you, sometimes the things your brain is going to throw at you aren't going to be good for you either. But as long as you indulge in moderation, and as long as you know how you're going to react to it, and you react to it as best you can, then you can control things a little better. I didn't control them as well as I should have, but I drowned it enough in alcohol and put myself in such a crazy state and surrounded myself with people that love me and spent all night calling a wonderful lady that I pulled myself out of the dumb funk that I put myself in because I have now surrounded myself with wonderful people who know me a little better and know how to just be like, shut up, quit being an idiot. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. And so... yeah, mental health update is I was doing bad, and I have now put together enough of a nice system in my life that everyone is there for me, which is good. But had to spend almost 16 hours completely incapacitated in order to hit that hard reset that we all sometimes need. And so that's why, I'm back on the health train. I'm going to go to the gym after this. That's why I'm cutting this short, so I can get at least, more than 40 minutes in the gym before I get myself a little dinner. But, hey, sometimes life is full of little compromises. I can tell I'm talking different. I can tell my mouth makes different sounds now that I have 4 teeth missing out of my head. So I'm going to... continue to dissect the way my speech patterns are, try to work a little bit on my diction so that my mouth laziness doesn't continue to be a problem, and fuck it, that's all I really got. What am I digging right now? Let's see. What media am I into? Oh, there's a new band that I really enjoy called Spanish Love Songs. I think I've plugged some of their tracks before, but they have some new tracks out. One of them is called Losers, which was one of their older ones they've re-recorded. They also have a single called Losers 2, which I'm assuming is the sequel, and the big single that they're pushing off with is called Kick, and it is a devastating song. So check out Spanish Love Songs. I believe they are on tour in Europe supporting the Menzingers right now, so... what train of music I'm into at that point. So that's what's going on there. As far as an out of left field kind of suggestion, there is a band called Thick, all capital THICK, Thick. They're a female punk band. And I say that not because female fronted is a genre, but they very much have like a Riot Girl energy to them. But there's still plenty of melodic catchiness in there. It's it's a little bit to me like if Bikini Kill had a little more like Weezer sensibility, enough to craft their songs into being super catchy. So yeah, but they're still just fucking raw, and there's a good amount of, like cheering and stuff involved in it. So check out Thick. Their song Green Eyes is pretty solid, but that's more of a tame one. Your Mom is my favorite one. So check out the track Your Mom by Thick. And it's from their album and or EP. I forgot how many tracks are on it, but it's from their self-titled album. If you check it out on Spotify, check out Thick, check out Spanish Love Songs, and what other media am I into besides that on music? I just started playing Mortal Kombat 11. Has Mortal Kombat got out of hand, but I'm the kind of dork that loves that shit, so I'm never gonna not love Mortal Kombat, and they are really upping the cinematics. So if you're not a fan of Mortal Kombat, I'm sorry you've lived your life this way. I highly suggest the last 3 Mortal Kombat games, because the first 4, honestly, you can throw away the first 4, and there was like 5 of them on PS2. I'm going to say 2 or 3 of them are worth it, and then pick it up after that. Start at the Mortal Kombat that they redid on, the 360 and PS3 and consoles like that. It was just called Mortal Kombat, but it was Mortal Kombat 9, where they kind of hit the hard reset after Mortal Kombat Armageddon killed everybody. And then they made Liu Kang evil. They made Raiden evil, kind of. And now this newest one is them retconning the retcon of their original shit. And it is so much craziness. Honestly, like as far as like fan service retconning, I'm going to say Mortal Kombat gets a harder grade than Star Trek does. So, like, they are doing so much backpedaling and or revamping of characters and shit, and I love it. I don't hate it. I fucking love what they're doing. So check out Mortal Kombat 11. Also, plus side, if you get the complete edition, you can play as the fucking Terminator. So that's pretty dope. And you can play as the movie Shang Tsung. They actually modeled the dude into the game. So play Mortal Kombat. Shit's dank. As for that, that's been a good almost half hour. I'll see you guys later. I'll try to have a guest next week. Thank you all for listening. You're all wonderful. Be cool and just be the dumbest dork you can be. Okay, bye.